Russian troops have entered Pokrovsk city in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region, Ukrainian media reported on Tuesday, citing military sources. According to Ukrainian servicemen, the initial Russian infantry incursions into Pokrovsk were detected on July 17. DeepState reported that operation was underway to repel Russian advances in Pokrovsk city. A couple of days ago, the enemy seized an opportunity, exploiting a brigade's depleted infantry and a muddled battlefield assessment, to infiltrate the city via Zvirove. The crisis had to be swiftly dealt with by the brave lads of the 155th Separate Mechanized Brigade and the 68th Jaeger Brigade in order to avert a potential catastrophe, DeepState reported. The source reported that Ukrainian troops have suffered losses in the operation to fight reconnaissance and sabotage groups of Russians. In Pokrovsk direction, Russians have gathered more than 100,000 troops, which allows them to actively put pressure on Ukrainian positions there, according to military analyst, veteran of the Russian-Ukrainian War, Reserve Major of the Armed Forces of Ukraine Alexey Getman on air on Radio NV. Russian forces have also captured the settlement of Grushevskoe in Donetsk region, according to DeepState analysts. Grushevskoe is located near the administrative border of Donetsk and Dnipropetrovsk regions. In addition, Russians advanced near 4 more settlements. In particular, Russian troops advanced near Voskresenka and Orekhovoye, in the Novopavlovsk direction, also near Mayak and Uyut, which are located north of the city of Pokrovsk. Earlier, DeepState analysts reported on the advancement of the Russian troops in several directions of the front. In particular, Russians achieved successes near Novopavlovsk, Shevchenko, Poltavka, as well as in Volnoye Pole, Andreyevka and Popov Yar in Donetsk region. The Russian Defense Ministry has declared the capture of Kamensky in Zaporozhye region. Ukraine has not confirmed its losses, although on the DeepState map, the village is almost completely indicated in the gray zone or under the control of the Russian Federation. Moreover, Moscow claims to seize Dnipropetrovsk in Kharkiv region, which is right on the border with the Russian Federation. However, Ukraine did not confirm this report. From a third to a half of all combat clashes occur precisely in the Pokrovsk direction. The situation is difficult, Russians are putting pressure. The large number of troops there make it possible to conduct tactical rotations there more often, when units are withdrawn not to their permanent deployment site, but several kilometers from the front line. There they can rest, get themselves in order and go into combat again. This happens once every 7 to 10 days. This allows the Russians to use fresh forces almost constantly, Getman said. He added that Ukraine also conducts such rotations, but the interval between them is longer, which gives the Russians a certain advantage. At the same time, assessing Russia's successes, the expert noted that the enemy has been trying to take Pokrovsk at least into a tactical encirclement for a year and a half. Russia unleashed one of the largest aerial assaults on Ukraine in recent months overnight into Monday, targeting multiple regions across the country, with Kiev being a primary target. According to Associated Press in Kiev, the assault began shortly after midnight and continued until around 6 a.m. Residents were kept awake by machine gun fire, buzzing drone engines and loud explosions that echoed throughout the city for hours. Kiev military administration head Tymurtchenko said the attack caused damage in 6 city districts. The heaviest strikes hit the Darnitsky district, where a kindergarten, supermarket and warehouse facilities caught fire. In Shevchenkivsky district, a drone struck the Lukyanivska metro station entrance where people were sheltering at the time. Videos posted on social media showed a smoke-filled platform of the station with dozens of people inside. Kiev Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said the station had to be ventilated in an enhanced mode. Vadim Volkov's apartment was damaged. He sheltered in the parking with other neighbors. Other districts, Solomiansky, Holosivsky, Dniprovsky and Sviatoshinsky, reported damage primarily from falling debris. 1 person was killed and 7 others were injured in the capital, including a child with multiple injuries, according to authorities. The assault marks the first major attack on Kiev since U.S. President Donald Trump's special envoy to Ukraine visited the city last Monday. Russian forces had paused aerial strikes on the capital during and for several days after his visit. Ukraine's Air Force said Russia launched 426 Shahid and decoy drones overnight, as well as 24 missiles of various types. They say 200 drones were intercepted with 203 more jammed or lost from radars. As for the missiles, Air Force says most of them were intercepted and the rest jammed, as no missile hits were recorded.
Миттєво це було. Шахет залетів, і я думав до сусідів. І у них була пожежа, а тут взривною хвилею, бачите, так пошкодило все. Не зовсім. Це вже останні такі рази. Та я навіть вам не можу сказати, як це було, що це був. Ну, як це було, як житло розтрощило все. Я не зрозумів, я думав, що тут була пожежа, я думав, що і у мене все палає. Потім приїхали пожежники дуже швидко. Почали гасити полум'я. Ну, все ж одно, я ж вийшов, я ж сюди не побіг, тому що ще ж були обстріли. Тому, як закінчилась тривога, тоді я вже зайшов сюди. Ну, скільки тут? Ну, 50 метрів звідси, ну, що тут? Укриття. Я ж такий не один, таких же багато людей, які. Головне, що живі всі залишилися. Це саме головне. Так, ну що, звісно, є і втома, є все. Ну, більше нервозність, мабуть, ніж втома.
Саме тут у нас в Шевченківському районі сталося влучання в перший поверх житлового будинку, внаслідок чого сталося загоряння першого поверху з розповсюдженням на другий, третій поверхи. Загальна площа пожежі склала 150 квадратних метрів. На жаль, у нас тут за цією локацією одна особа постраждала і, на щастя, одну особу вдалося врятувати вогнеборцям. Станом на зараз пожежу локалізовано, проводиться ліквідація. Рятувальники розбирають та пробивають конструкції для того, щоб власники якомога швидше змогли б зайти до себе в приміщення. В Дніпровському районі у нас горіли торгівельні споруди, мафи на площі 500 квадратних метрів. Станом на зараз пожежу ліквідовано. Рятувальники проводять розбирання завалів. В Дарницькому районі у нас пожежі виникли на території гаражного кооперативу і дошкільного навчального закладу. В дошкільному навчальному закладі пожежу дуже швидко ліквідували на площі 10 квадратних метрів. За іншою локацією пожежа також ліквідована. В Святошинському районі у нас загорілися гаражі внаслідок падіння уламків саме БПЛА, але там наразі пожежу також ліквідовано.